He's like, I will live to live. -8. -8.
Alrighty, so it is day 3 of our Week to Wicked. Christian's back there wrapping up the fuel plumbing. He'll get it up to the engine bay where we can hook up the filter and the regulator. Next step's gonna be is getting the engine to the trans, getting that installed. That way we can measure for a drive shaft. We got some motor mounts that are going on and a trans mount. And lastly, not least, we are gonna do the exhaust system. Headers are already on, but we gotta do the exhaust system to the rear of the car. So not too terrible a day, but we do have some work ahead of us, so better get busy.
So right now we're just installing the rack back into the car. We're using our offset rack bushings to try and get the rack a little bit higher, just improves bump steer and geometry. So we're just gonna get these tightened down, get the rack in, and then we can start working on doing our alignment and getting our bump steer set and move forward with it. Be good to go with the suspension.
We are attaching the fuel line feed through the filter. It's gonna go up to the engine. So there's our 10 micron filter right there. We're using dash 8 line, dash 8 fittings. Make it look nice.
I like this one much better.
Smooth.
The lack of Aflac is fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so
Energy Suspension gave us these cool motor mounts. Just snug them up in there.
So we finished up the alignment and now we've been adjusting the bump steer for a little bit and we're trying to get it dialed in so we don't have any toe change during bump and droop travel going down the road or going around a corner. So we're working on that right now and we're seeing where we're at and we're getting really close, so that's making us happy. Anything we can get close to 0 on bump steer is a good day for us, so we're gonna see where we're at now. It's looking like we're barely changing at all. From what we've been writing down, we're looking at like 1/8,000th of an inch on our bump steer right now in this first inch of travel, so we should be good to go at this point.
There we go. Can you hold the engine so it doesn't rock? When I take this off, there we go. Here, let me pull your tooth.
I don't know if that's gonna work, my friend. The sheer size of it alone is too big, unless you're real good.
Bam, baby.
Okay, let's throw that one on.
All right.
And I've got the new ARP bolts for it too.
Yeah, they're all going in. Here. I'm not forcing them either. All right, well, if you got hands and eyes, you can help.
Doesn't that qualify everyone here?
That's why.
Everybody get over here.
All right.
Okay.
We can come back.
Put it in position.
Bring it back. Front slot, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, we're
I'm lined up.
I'm like, we're in.
Yep, we're in too.
We gotta lift the car back up. So let's just get a piece of wood that we can just stick here to here. Just to keep the engine.
Yeah.
Are you down all the way on your side?
No.
Now are you?
Keep going.
Jinga!
Yep. Don't you have like a foot-long piece of 2x4?
There you go. That hold?
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Unhook. You didn't slow us down. You just gave us the car.
You want to just lay it on there?
Tag team. Three or four. Four. Oh my God.
What?
We're gonna have to do a tunnel on this car. It's not gonna fit. Get the Sawzall.
Yeah, it got in. Let me see that side. Let's wait, it needs to come in.
What?
Well, don't we have to line up the torque converter holes?
No, you got to line up the dowels first. We can spin the torque converter once we get this all lined up. Let's get the
But isn't there studs on the torque converter that have to go through the...
I didn't know. So I didn't really look at the converter.
keep going.
Converter has studs on it, and then you just put the nuts on once it goes through the flex plate. And we were trying to get the transmission to the bell housing. The bell housing to the engine, and
Let me get my knife.
we were fighting that because the studs were hitting the flex plate. So now that we know what we're kind of doing, we'll give it another shot.
So with Performance Automatic's 4R70W Blue Chip Street Smart transmission package, we're able to install this transmission quickly and easily because it's almost a direct swap for the factory transmission.
So obviously it's the first day on the job, and we pulled the pilot bearing out, but they have this little piece that's pushed into the crank, and I don't think that's going to go through there. So we fought that for about 20 minutes and then realized how stupid we were and pulled it back out. Got this piece out, so now we can put the tranny in for real. Okay, now we need this. There we go. There we go. We're in 3 of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake?
Wow, imagine that. You get that. Okay. These all tightened up.
We are about to install our trans mount. Twist that for me, please.
Okay.
But if you're gonna go,
Needs to come that way.
Towards you? I mean, towards me?
Yep. Okay, what am I looking for here?
Tell us, what are you looking for?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm working here. Right there. So that's a safety loop for the drive shaft. Just in case it decides to take a boo-boo, it won't go under your floor and straight onto your thighs or your legs and dismantle them. Go cut these bad boys. Yeah.
what? Wait, what were you gonna say? Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was still got to find the rubber hangers for you.
Right now we're putting the exhaust pipe on, so we got the head pipes bolted to the headers. Now we're doing the catalytic converters, then we'll do the X pipe, and then we'll continue on down with mufflers and the up and over the rear end, and hopefully we can make it out the back sometime. That's not a promise. Since we do have aftermarket suspension, sometimes that doesn't work out that way.
Hey, Mark, we're done.
I think that's right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the Pypes kit's a really nice kit, and it is a direct fit for this Mustang. Unfortunately, with the suspension change in the rear, the access to the rear is a lot smaller and the tolerances are a lot tighter than a stock suspension. So not a big deal. We'll get the car to a suspension shop with the pipes that were supplied in the kit, maybe tweak them a little bit to get it up and over the rear end, but for now we're just gonna turn them around before the rear end and move on.
On the seal, right?
Right there, yep.
Okay.
48 and an 8.
It's on that table.
Well, it's the 4R70 is a 28 spline output shaft,
Alright.
and the Moser rear, they built it with their optional 1350 yoke.
Okay.
So it's simple for drive shaft shop to make. We just got to get them the measurements, and they'll overnight it.
So we're about to drop the distributor in. We found top dead center. And spin that, Mark. Spin that, DJ.
Perfect. So with these late model Ford 5-liter engines, generally you want the TFI or thick film ignition module pointing towards the air conditioning compressor.
All right, so we are coming to the end of day 3. The guys are back there just wrapping up the plumbing on the fuel injection. Engine and trans are in the car. Drive shaft has been measured and the exhaust is completed. So with that being said, we're gonna get some rest. So thanks for watching and have a good night.